مرحبا بكم يا أصدقائي. In today's video, we're going to learn how to talk about our daily routine in Arabic and see some common important verbs in context and learn how to conjugate them. لنبدأ. أستيقظ في الساعة 7 كل صباح. أنا أشغل الضوء في غرفتي. أنا أذهب إلى الحمام حيث أحتفظ بفرشة أسناني. أنا أجد فرشة أسناني بجانب الحوض. أنا آخذ فرشة أسناني وأضع معجون أسنان عليها. الآن أنا أفرش أسناني لمدة دقيقتين. بعد أن أفرش أسناني أشعر بالانتعاش والنظافة. Okay, let's see the grammar analyzed now. The first verb we saw was istayqada, which means to wake up. It's form 10, and we can infer this from the fact that it has the prefix ista at the start. Now we got the root letters ya, qaf, and dha. So to form 10, we just take the root letters and add the prefix ista before it to make istayqada, to wake up. Now to conjugate this in the past, it's very simple. You just add the past suffix ending. So I woke up, istayqadtu. You woke up, istayqadta, etc. The present conjugating a form 10 verb is slightly different. You just change the vowels around. So I wake up is astayqidu. You wake up, tastayqidu. He wakes up, yastayqidu. At 7 o'clock. في الساعة السابعة. Fi means in or at. Sa' is hour. Sa'at is the plural. Seventh. Sabi'a. There's a feminine version, as we have to make sure the seventh agrees with the gender of the noun sa', which is feminine. So it literally translates to at the 7th hour. So fi as-sa'a as-sabi'a, at the 7th hour, means at 7 o'clock. If you wanted to say at 6 o'clock, you would say at the 6th hour. في الساعة السادسة. 5 o'clock. في الساعة الخامسة. I turn on the light. أنا أشغل الضوء. So شغل is form 2. Form 2 verbs have a shadda on the middle root letter. They have a causative meaning. So I'm causing the light to operate in a sense. So in the present, the conjugation pattern is slightly different from verbs we've previously seen. Instead of ashghalu or ashghilu, it's yushaghilu is he turns on. I turn on. Ushaghilu. You turn on. Tushaghilu. So you need to learn the vowel pattern for conjugating the verb in the present. Another example, he teaches. Yudarrisu. He literally causes to learn. Yudarrisu. Conjugating in the past is fairly simple. It's just you add the past suffix again. So I turned on the light. شغلت الضوء. In my bedroom. في غرفتي. So غرفة is bedroom. Remember the possessive suffix ya, my. And then the tar mabuta, when you add the possessive suffix, it changes to a ta. So غرفتي. غرفتي. مأكولة. And the possessive suffix ka. Your food, مأكولاتك. مأكولاتك. Job, وظيفة, his job. وظيفته. وظيفته. Now notice this dhamma here that we have before we add the possessive suffix on top of the ta. This indicates that it's in a nominative case. Now you don't need to learn this, you don't need to know this for now. But it's just, so you understand why there's a dhamma. For example, my name, ismi, your name, ismuka. We have the dhamma before the possessive suffix to indicate what case we're in. We'll see this later, so don't worry about it too much for now. Haythu. We saw that earlier. Haythu. It means where, but not as a question. When we want to ask a question, we say aina. But if we want to say the place where people work, we say al-makan حيث الناس يعملون. You can't say المكان أين الناس. I mean, it's just better to say حيث. To keep. احتفظ be. This is a form 8 verb. So the root letters are ha, fa and dha. So to make a form 8 verb, we notice that the stuff circled in yellow is the pattern that we add. So we add an I and then we add a ta in between the first and the second root letter. So احتفظ is to keep. And the B is a suffix which means like in, or it depends, but we have to have B with احتفظ. So how do we conjugate a form 8 verb? Let's see in a sentence. I kept it in my pocket. أنا احتفظت به في جيبي. So به, the he here is referring to the it. So it would be who, but because of the B before sound, it becomes E. So I kept it in my pocket. أنا احتفظت به في جيبي. Jib is pocket, E possessive suffix, my pocket. Okay, now the present. I keep it in my pocket. أنا أحتفظ بها في جيبي. So I put biha because if we were referring to a noun that was feminine, we would have to say biha. Like if I was talking about the food, for example, I keep it in my pocket. أنا أحتفظ بها because مأكولة is feminine في جيبي. So you need to learn the conjugation patterns for form 8 verbs from the past and the present. We'll see that more in more detail now, so don't worry. فرشة أسناني. This literally translates to the brush of my teeth, because in Arabic we don't have apostrophes. So فرشة, brush, sin is tooth, asnan is the plural teeth. So what this construction is here, فرشة أسناني, is something called an idafa in Arabic, which indicates possession, as there's no apostrophes in Arabic. Another example would be كلب الرجل, the man's dog, or literally the dog of the man. But in Arabic, we have to express it like this way. By the way, we don't need to say al-kalb al-rajul, the man's dog, the dog of the man, because we know that the construction, the idafa, was already definite because the second noun has the al. So we don't need to do al-kalb al-rajul. We just say kalb al-rajul. If we wanted to say a man's dog, we would say kalb al-rajul because it's indefinite. But we'll see this in more detail, idafa, because it comes up a lot in Arabic. I find my toothbrush. أنا أجد فرشة أسناني. Here we have the verb to find, which is وجد. Conjugate it in the past is very easy. I found وجدت. But in the present, if a wow is the first root letter in the present tense of a form 1 verb, وجد is form 1, then we have to drop the wow. So it's not أوجد, it becomes أجيد. We drop the wow. I find, he finds. يجيد, you find. تجيد. Next to the sink, بجانب الحوض. Another sentence, I live next to the park. أسكن بجانب الحديقة. Sink, حوض, plural, أحواد. أحواد, sinks. I take my toothbrush. أنا أخذ فرشة أسناني. The verb to take is أخذ. In the past, أخذت. However, conjugating it in the present, because we know that we're going to have to add the alif with a hamza on top as the rule for conjugating the first person in the present, and the hamza is already part of the root, we're going to have two alif hamzas together. So instead, we don't write two of them. We write something called an alif madda, essentially a double alif. So I take أنا أخذ. Whereas he takes, we don't need the alif madda now, it's just normal. هو يأخذ. You take أنت تأخذ. وأضع معجون أسنان عليها. So وضع is to put. I put in the past وضعت. However, just like as we saw with وجد, to find, when wow is the first root letter in the present tense of form 1, we drop it. So instead I put, it's not أوضع, it's أضع. But notice with wajada, I find is ajidu, but I put is ada'u, not adi'u. So the vowel changes depending on the verb. So sometimes it's ajidu, sometimes it's ada'u. So pay attention, you've got to learn it because some of them are conjugated with different vowels. So I put ada'u he puts يضع, you put تضع. And معجون أسنان. So معجون الأسنان is literally the toothpaste, the paste of teeth. So I forgot to put the L before, but don't worry about it. It's معجون الأسنان, the toothpaste. علة means on, and on it عليها, so feminine because we're referring to the toothbrush, which is feminine. So وأضع معجون الأسنان عليها, and I put the paste of teeth, or the paste of the teeth, on it. الآن أنا أفرش أسناني لمدة دقيقتين. So فرش is form 2, so in the present it's أفرش. لي means for. مدة is period of time. So when you want to say for, like a period of time, you say لمدة. دقيقة is minute. And then we want to say 2 minutes, we need to use the dual, which I explained in a previous video. So دقيقتان or دقيقتين, depending on the case. Now in this instance, it's going to be دقيقتين because it comes after لمدة. I'm not going to explain why the intricate rules now, but just know that after لمدة, it's going to be دقيقتين. So use this form of the dual. بعد أن أفرش أسناني أشعر بالانتعاش والنظافة. So بعد أن, and then a verb means after. So if you want to say, but the verb has to be in the subjunctive. So it's not بعد أن أفرش. It's not بعد أن أفرشوا. It's بعد أن أفرش because it's a subjunctive. So if you want to say after I go, بعد أن أذهب. After I go, not أذهب. بعد أن أذهب. It's the subjunctive. To feel is شعر. And then when it's conjugated in the present, it's أشعر. So we use the dhamma. This is the verb we need to use. So I feel أشعر بي. In Arabic, we don't say I feel and then an adjective. Instead, we use the noun of the emotion. Here's the rule again. So الانتعاش is refreshment. I feel refreshed. We would literally say I feel in refreshment. The B, like referring to E. So in. So literally أشعر بالانتعاش is I feel refreshed. Cleanliness is النظافة. Clean is نظيف. You want to say I feel clean, you literally say I feel in cleanliness. أشعر بالنظافة. That's all for today. شكرا جزيلا وإلى اللقاء.